After 60, walking can be one of the best things you do for your health. It helps you stay active, supports your heart, keeps your joints moving, and gives you more opportunities to remain independent. But walking every day does not automatically mean you are getting the full benefit. A few common habits can make you less stable, place unnecessary stress on your body, and make every walk more difficult than it needs to be. The good news is that most of these problems are simple to recognize and correct. In this video, we will look at 7 walking mistakes to watch for after 60, why they matter, and what you can do instead. And the final mistake may be the most important because it involves something walking cannot fully train on its own. Before we begin, remember that walking should feel safe and manageable. If you experience chest pressure, severe or unusual shortness of breath, fainting, sudden weakness or numbness, difficulty speaking, or a sudden change in vision, stop walking and seek medical help. Now, let's begin with mistake number 1. Mistake number 1, pushing the pace too soon. Many people begin their walk as though they are already warmed up. They step outside and immediately try to reach their fastest comfortable pace. That may feel efficient, but your body often benefits from a smoother transition from rest to movement. This becomes especially important if you have been sitting for a long time, if your joints feel stiff, or if you are returning to activity after a break. Starting too aggressively can make your breathing feel uncomfortable. It may also cause your calves, hips, or knees to feel tight before the walk has really begun. You do not need a complicated warm-up routine. Simply begin at an easy pace. Allow your steps to feel relaxed. Let your breathing settle. Then, gradually build toward your normal walking speed as your body becomes more comfortable. Think of your walk as a gentle ramp, not an immediate jump. There is no perfect number of warm-up minutes that applies to everyone. The goal is simply to give your body enough time to move comfortably from rest into activity. If the first part of every walk feels unnecessarily difficult, try starting more slowly during your next walk. Then notice whether the rest of the session feels smoother. Mistake number 2, staring directly at your feet. It is understandable to look down when you are worried about uneven pavement, curbs, or objects in your path. But some people spend the entire walk staring at the ground immediately in front of their shoes. That position often pulls the head and upper body forward. It can make your posture feel rounded, reduce your awareness of what is farther ahead, and make it harder to respond smoothly when you need to stop or change direction. The solution is not to ignore the ground. You still need to watch for hazards. Instead, try scanning the path ahead rather than staring at one small area near your feet. Keep your head in a comfortable position. Let your shoulders remain relaxed. Look farther ahead when the surface is clear, and look down briefly when the terrain requires your attention. The same problem can happen when you walk while reading messages or scrolling on your phone. Your head stays down. Your hands may be occupied, and your attention moves away from your surroundings. Listening to audio is one thing. Watching a screen while moving near traffic, curbs, or uneven surfaces is very different. During your next walk, put the phone away for a few minutes. Then notice whether your posture, awareness, and confidence improve. Mistake number 3. Shuffling or repeatedly dragging your toes. This mistake deserves special attention because it can increase the chance of catching your foot on the ground or on a small obstacle. During a normal step, your foot must clear the ground while your leg moves forward. If your steps become very short, your feet slide instead of lifting, or your toes repeatedly skim the surface, even a small crack or raised edge can become a problem. You do not need to force an exaggerated marching motion, and you do not need to slam your heel into the ground. Instead, think about taking clear, comfortable steps. Allow your foot to move forward without dragging. Let each step roll naturally and avoid rushing so much that your feet cannot keep up with your body. Here is a simple self-check. Listen and pay attention to what you feel. Do your shoes frequently scrape the pavement? Do you catch the same toe more than once? Has one step become noticeably shorter than the other? These patterns are more important than trying to create a perfect textbook walking style. A sudden change is especially important. If one foot has recently started dragging, if you suddenly feel weak or numb on one side, or if your walking pattern changes without a clear explanation, do not assume it is simply aging. Arrange a professional medical assessment. A new change in the way you walk may require more than a walking tip. Mistake number 4, keeping your arms stiff or occupied. Walking is a coordinated movement. As one leg moves forward, the opposite arm normally swings with it. That natural arm movement helps coordinate your body and control motion through your trunk. But many people walk with both hands in their pockets, clasped behind their back, gripping a phone, or held rigidly at their sides. You do not need to pump your arms dramatically. The goal is not to imitate a competitive race walker. Simply relax your shoulders and allow your arms to move naturally. Your elbows can stay softly bent, but there is no need to force them into an exact angle. Keeping your hands available may also help you react more quickly if you lose your balance. This is especially relevant if you normally walk with both hands behind your back. That position may feel comfortable, but your hands are not in a useful position if you suddenly trip. The correction is small. Take your hands out of your pockets, put the phone away, relax your shoulders. Then allow your arms to move with the rhythm of your steps. The movement should feel natural, not exaggerated. Mistake number 5, walking in shoes that are unstable or poorly fitted. Shoes do not need to be expensive, but they should feel secure. A shoe that is loose at the heel, narrow around the toes, slippery underneath, or unstable from side to side can make walking less comfortable and less predictable. Backless slippers, high heels, and badly worn soles may also make balance more difficult for some older adults. Do not assume that more cushioning is always better. A shoe can feel soft but still be unstable. What matters is that the shoe fits your foot, stays securely in place, and provides dependable contact with the ground. Take a moment to check your walking shoes. Does your heel slide when you step? Are the soles worn more heavily on one side? Has the tread become smooth? Does the shoe feel unstable when you turn? Are you developing new discomfort in your feet, knees, hips, or lower back? There is no universal rule that everyone must replace walking shoes after a certain number of months. Someone walking several miles every day will wear out shoes differently from someone who takes short walks a few times each week. Judge the condition, fit, traction, and stability of the shoe, not just its age. If you have persistent foot pain, significant changes in the shape of your feet, diabetes-related foot problems, or repeated balance issues, professional footwear advice may be more useful than buying a shoe based only on advertising. Mistake number 6, doing one very long walk, then barely moving for the rest of the week. A long weekend walk can still be valuable. The mistake is believing that one demanding session completely replaces regular movement during the other days. Your body responds to repeated activity. Walking more consistently gives you more opportunities to practice your walking pattern, use your muscles, move your joints, and support your cardiovascular fitness. That does not mean everyone must walk every day, and it does not mean every walk needs to last 30 minutes. The most useful routine is one that fits your health, ability, and schedule well enough that you can repeat it. If one long walk leaves you exhausted or sore for several days, consider dividing some of that activity into shorter walks across the week. You might begin with 10 comfortable minutes on several days. As that becomes easier, you can gradually add time, distance, or a slightly faster pace. Physical activity guidance encourages older adults to work toward regular aerobic activity across the week. But if you cannot reach the full recommended amount, doing some activity is still better than doing none. The goal is not perfection. The goal is building a pattern your body can tolerate and maintain. Mistake number 7, expecting walking to train everything. Walking is an excellent foundation, but it is not a complete physical activity program by itself. Walking mainly trains your ability to keep moving forward at the pace and on the surfaces you normally use. It may not provide enough resistance to maintain all the muscle strength you need, and ordinary walking may not sufficiently challenge the types of balance required when turning, stepping sideways, reaching, climbing stairs, or recovering from a small loss of stability. This matters because staying independent after 60 depends on more than endurance. You need enough strength to stand up from a chair, climb steps, carry everyday items, and control your body when your balance is challenged. That is why physical activity guidance for older adults includes 3 components: aerobic activity, such as brisk walking, muscle strengthening activity, and activities that improve balance. Walking gives you the first component. It can contribute to the others, but it usually does not replace them completely. This does not mean you need a gym membership or a complicated workout. Muscle strengthening might include appropriately chosen resistance band exercises, bodyweight movements, machines, or weights. Balance work might include supported exercises, stepping patterns, or movements prescribed by a physical therapist. The correct level depends on your current ability. Balance exercises should feel challenging enough to create improvement, but safe enough that you are not placing yourself at unnecessary risk. Use a stable support when appropriate, and if you have fallen recently, frequently lose your balance, or need to hold walls and furniture while walking, ask a healthcare professional or physical therapist for an individual assessment. Walking is still one of the most accessible ways to remain active. But the most effective approach to healthy aging is not choosing between walking, strength, and balance. It is combining them. Let's quickly review the 7 mistakes. Number 1, beginning too aggressively instead of easing into your walking pace. Number 2, staring at your feet or phone instead of scanning the path ahead. Number 3, shuffling or repeatedly dragging your toes. Number 4, keeping your arms stiff behind your back or occupied. Number 5, walking in shoes that fit poorly or feel unstable. Number 6, relying on one large walk while remaining inactive during the rest of the week. And number 7, expecting walking to replace strength and balance training. You do not need to fix everything at once. Choose one change and practice it during your next walk. Perhaps you will begin more gradually. Maybe you will put your phone away, or you may pay closer attention to whether your feet are clearing the ground. Small corrections become useful when they are repeated, and repeated habits are what support your mobility, confidence, and independence over time. Now, tell us in the comments. Which of these 7 mistakes do you notice most often, either in yourself or in someone you know? Subscribe to Health Clarity Lab for clear, practical health education designed for adults over 50, 60, and beyond. In the next video, we will explain one of the earliest signs of age-related muscle loss and why many adults do not notice it until everyday movements begin to feel harder. Clear science, smarter health choices. This video is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice.